Thank you for listening to REED-BBS.
REED-BBS, BBS. We're at a kind of slow part of the boxing calendar. But with that said, we do have fights on the horizon. So let's get into some Bout versus Madrimov. Israil Madrimov. 10 wins, no losses, 1 draw, 7 KOs. He's several years younger than Bout. He's right at 30 years of age. My man's he's one of them over those plus 300 amateur bout type of dudes. And with that, he's very comfortable and confident in a boxing ring. When I last spoke on this fight, I hadn't seen Madrimov hardly at all. Hadn't seen the whole fight of his. I've done some research on him. Got some observations, which I'm about to drop on you. He's a short, stocky, Canelo-built motherfucker. So I get why Bout kind of said, yeah, him. Of all the people Bout could have fought moving up, yeah, him. He zeroed in on Madrimov. He resembles Triple G a little bit in the face, a little bit. And I've heard baby Triple G used in regards to him. Strength, obviously, would appear to be a huge edge going in. On paper. But with that said, Jeff Horn was supposed to be stronger than Bout in Bout's very first welterweight fight. Errol Spence was supposed to be stronger than Bout in Bout's most recent welterweight fight. So, yeah, on paper it looks one way, but as we've learned with Bout, you don't look at him, his body doesn't exude strength. But that's a strong motherfucker. He's built from the ground up, as Virgil Hunter once wisely said. And from the neck down, going back to Madrimov, from the neck down, my man looks like two different people. From the fucking initial press conference to the latest training pic of him that I'm posting right now. Like, good God, brother. My man got muscles in his legs and shit, like. And honestly, I don't even care if dudes use PEDs, because everybody's on steroids. Like Nate Diaz famously said, everybody on steroids. But goddamn, Madrimov, can you at least hide it a little bit, bruh? Like, shit, at the press conference, you look like Andy Ruiz or somebody, and now you look like AnthonyJoshua in a matter of months, in a matter of a few weeks. But I digress. Stylistically, Madrimov, he switches like Bout. He does it aggressively, though. Bout does it more slick, more scientifically, sophisticatedly. Madrimov's just aggressive with it. He's reasonably athletic. He's herky-jerky. He's crafty and creative in the delivery of his shots. He's not predictable in terms of what he'll throw or when he'll throw it. He's got some side-to-side movement he likes to utilize to try to create angles. It's good feet work. I call it predatory feet work, because he's always trying to get you. He's always trying to engage and even exchange sooner rather than later. My man lunges a lot, though. Because he's aggressive, he lunges a lot. He attacks the body, though. But with the aggression and the lunging and the body attack, he could be susceptible to uppercuts just due to how much he overcommits. His head and his chin, they get in front of his feet quite often, which could prove to be disastrous versus a sharpshooter like Bout. Look no further than the Spence fight. When Spence was thinking to throw shots, Bout already had the counter and the counter for that in mind. He was 3 steps ahead of him. And there's a chance that could happen here as well. All in all, though, Madrimov, he's one of the harder guys to replicate in sparring. You got to bring 5-6 dudes to try to put them into like a melting pot to give Bout the complete look what he might get from Madrimov. You can't get it out of 1 or 2 guys in sparring. But that said, no one can figure shit out as they go or in real ass time quicker than Bud Crawford can. No one can do that. Absolutely no one in the game is better at making adjustments than Terence Bud Crawford. So it'll be interesting to see if, when, how Madrimov decides to impose himself upon Bud. And of course, the toll to be paid for those transgressions, because there will be a toll. But he's enjoying life. It's good to see him get back on the saddle. I've had to remove my man. I've had to drop him from the top spot of my pound-for-pound list. I got him at 3 right now, but that's with a fight on the horizon. So before y'all get mad at me, it's because he will have been inactive for 365 days on the 29th. Even though he fighting on August 3rd, we don't give a fuck. Can't go a whole year without a fight and maintain your pound-for-pound number 1 spot. You have to be recent, bro. You got to give me something. It's like Janet Jackson. What have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? Bud, he's been doing WWE SmackDown. He hit somebody with a chair I saw in the video. It was good to see. He's been sparring Andre Ward, getting different looks. I wonder if that's just sparring on Ward's behalf, or is there a comeback on the horizon from Mr. Ward? We'll see on that. That's a whole nother video, though. Back to the fight. Bud Madrimov. So when faced with an awkward guy, a guy who colors outside the lines, as they say, that's when you rely on fundamentals. And who's more fundamentally sound than Bud Crawford? Like Keith Sweat said, nobody, baby. And with that said, Bud will likely introduce Madrimov to the jab from the outset. I don't know if it'll be the southpaw jab or the orthodox jab. He's going to introduce him to a jab, though. You want to be aggressive? You want to show the quote-unquote smaller man who doesn't belong at the higher weight? Okay, all right. We'll eat a few of these jabs for your trouble on the way in. Guys who attack the body like Madrimov does, they usually hate it. They hate it to the body. So guess where you touch him up at? After you jab him, well, guess where you touch him up at? Those are just some brief observations on Madrimov. We're still a couple weeks out from the fight itself. Hell, I can see something that I want to add or build upon what I just said. Who knows? But just wanted to get them thoughts out the way again. That's a slow-ass part of the boxing calendar. So, yeah, man, let's just give y'all some content. Give me your Madrimov observations. Is Madrimov a live dog? Is he in over his head? Subscribe, comment. You comment, I comment. Remember, sharing is caring. Love, tap, and or bitch slap that like button for you, boy. Shout out to the brothers of boxing. Shout out to LBT, the Louisville boxing team. Shout out to Loyalty Boxing Fitness. My homeboy Microwave. Because I don't think Jake Paul could beat a Microwave. Even after this last fight with Platinum Mike Perry, I don't think Jake Paul could beat a Microwave. And, of course, shout out to the homies at FightBeat.com. Can you step to this? REED-BBS, BBS, Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television, Fred Sanford of the District Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.